enough about that. Let's talk about what's happening right here. Of course, just a couple minutes ago, we had our Shuman Farms tailgater of the game. We had GG down there, and it's always fun to hear what those tailgaters are cooking up with those Shuman Farm onions. And tell you what, we've learned that if you want the true story behind those onions, you go straight to the top. And what do you know? We have the head man in charge, John Shuman from Shuman Farms. And I learned a long time ago, when the farm is named after you, you're kind of a big deal.
That's where the pressure starts.
That's where it, yeah, at the very top. We're so excited to have John Shuman here with us this evening. And John, first things first, again, Shuman Farms, what you guys have been able to do, not only in your field, but now as we have the NIL and you guys are getting so active in what you guys are doing, the product that you guys are turning out year in, year out, your harvest. Talk about how much pride you take in what you guys are doing there at Shuman Farms.
No, we do, and we appreciate the opportunity to be here. What a beautiful day to be in Paulson Stadium and to watch Georgia Southern play football. And you know, we're here to promote. You know, we're a Georgia-based farmer, second generation, right out of Tattnall County, and we grow, pack, and ship sweet onions, and then we also grow and pack and import sweet onions out of Peru during the winter, fall and winter months. So, you know, we're in the year-round sweet onion business, and we want to, you know, we saw these opportunities coming along. You mentioned earlier about NIL, and we looked at that opportunity and saw, you know, maybe there's a way we can partner there with some football players and leverage some of their popularity to spread the word about sweet onions as a center of the plate ingredient and to raise consumption. That's what we're here to do, and just the sustainability of an industry, right? For Vidalia sweet onions and Peruvian sweet onions, and you know, anything we can do there. And we're just very blessed to partner with Georgia Southern University and be their official sweet onion partner and just raise awareness. We want to drive education back into the communities that support our products.
Yep. And that is so important. Again, we've seen the initiative, the Georgia Grown, what's being done right here in our backyard. We've seen everything you guys have done to support the economy here in our neck of the woods here in Southeast Georgia. To be able to become a leader and to produce the type product you guys are producing, how does that make you feel to know that you've become a leader in the field?
No, I tell you, Bullitt County, Tattnall County, and the surrounding counties are very blessed to have the Vidalia sweet onion. It's world-renowned. There's a demand for it across North America. We are so blessed to have this. It's an economic driver in our communities. You know this, Bullitt County is an ag-based community, and it's I know things are changing, but there's a lot of history here with agriculture, and that's the same thing in Tattnall County. So very blessed to have the Vidalia sweet onion, to be a part of that industry. As I mentioned earlier, we're the second generation grower, packer, shipper, but you know, it's very special. We just want to do all that we can to help sustain that industry and to help grow it and to promote Vidalia sweet onions and sweet onions in general just as much as we can.
You talk about the sweet onion, and this time of year, I know a lot of folks, they have those recipes that call for them, especially with Thanksgiving here this week. My wife is one of those. She wants her Vidalia. She has her casserole each and every year that she makes and everything else.
Amen.
What is it about the Vidalia sweet that kind of separates itself from all the others?
I mean, just the latitude, longitude this thing has grown. I mean, you go 2 or 3 hours north, 2 or 3 hours south, it just doesn't work. You know, we've got mild winters, we've got early springs, and just you know, the sandy, loamy soils just allows us to produce that sweet onion. We can manipulate the sulfur in the soil to produce a mild sweet onion, and it just, you know, people don't realize, I guess they don't ever think about it, and why would they, but the Vidalia sweet onion was the first, I mean, it created the sweet onion category in North America, and from that gave birth to the Peruvian sweet onion and other sweet onions all across the country. But yeah, no, it's this area is very special. The soil in this area and the climate is what really drives it.
And that's what gets me as I drive through our neck of the woods, Southeast Georgia, and I'm on some of the back roads there, and I'm going through places like Tattnall County or Claxton or Vidalia, and I'm driving through the landscape. I got to remember that at one point, long time ago, the ocean was reaching in this far inland.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to set in to see what we've done over time and to evolve to where we are, you know, to be able to represent Southeast Georgia and what we're doing here. You're a leader. That name, people know what you guys are doing at Shuman Farms. What's the future hold for you guys? What are we gunning for as we continue to move forward?
Yeah, sustainability. You know, as you see, Southeast Georgia is changing. Economic growth, and of course, Statesboro sees it. I mean, they're feeling it. And so as farmers and family farms in particular, we're competing for resources. I mean, we're competing for agricultural land and soil and water and resources, and these things are getting gobbled up in development and all sorts of things, which is good. I mean, those are very important to the community, but we also got to remember, once you develop agriculture land, farmland, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's not coming back. So, you know, that's one of the things we're laser focused on, is how do we sustain that? How do we compete for those resources? And how do we really drive the education and just raise consumption of sweet onions in the category that we're in, and something that's very important to Southeast Georgia.
I tell you what, the big thing, that sustainability, as you're talking about, the best thing that we can do, all of you can do listening right now, is continue to support your local farmers, and that includes Shuman Farms.
Amen.
Get out there, buy those products that bear those names from those communities that you see on the label.
Yes, sir.
When you're talking about that, you can support family farms, second generation, like Shuman Farms right there in Tattnall County. That money coming back to our community, that's going to sustain that farming industry, that farm, for years to come.
Your support of our product empowers us as a Georgia-based farmer to grow, compete for these resources, and then we turn around and we give these resources back into the communities that serve us.
Well, I tell you what, on behalf of my wife, her family, lifelong farmers down in Southeast Georgia, Southwest Georgia as well, I appreciate what you've done and continue to bring that education, that information to the table. But before I let you go, I need to know, because we talk about the Shuman Farms tailgater of the game each and every Georgia Southern home game. What is your favorite use for the Vidalia sweet onion and those onions coming out of Shuman Farms?
Well, we got a lot of recipes we love to cook, and I mean, just I like to eat them raw. I really do.
You're one of those, huh?
I am one of those. We cut them and we eat them raw. We eat them on hamburgers and just anything. But I also like to saute them, just with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. Cook them to whatever texture you want. Put them over steaks, burgers, just whatever you want. But and then you can grill them. Of course, we all know the recipe where you core the top out and put a bouillon cube and butter. That's outstanding. So a lot of different uses, and that's really, you know, the sweet onion popularity is driving the onion category in America. So it's just because the versatility of use, right? You can eat it raw, you can cook it, all kind of uses for it. So
I tell you what, you got a couple Eagles that are representing Shuman Farms here with that NIL as we come full circle during this interview. I know Davis Brin, our quarterback, Caleb Hood, he's as versatile as a Shuman Farms onion, that is for sure. There's nothing that young man can't do. We're so glad to have you and the family here tonight, and we appreciate you being such big supporters of Georgia Southern athletics and Georgia Southern football.
Thank you so much. Go Eagles.